Here we are talking about factoring polynomials. And the reason that we want to factor polynomials is we want to make sure that we're checking for the zero. And so in order to check for the zero, we have to have both sides equal to 0. And so the first thing we have to do here is we have to subtract 14x cubed from both sides because we want one side to be equal to 0. So we get 2x to the fifth minus 14x cubed plus 24 x, and that's equal to 0. All these are even, and they all have at least one x in it, so we can factor a 2x, and that's going to leave us x to the fourth minus 7x squared plus 12. And now here we have in the quadratic form, so we're still going to leave our 2x, and then we need an x squared and an x squared. X squared times x squared equals x to the fourth. And we need two numbers that multiply together to 12 and add together to get to -7. And so we get -3 and -4. And then again, we know that we have difference of squares here. So we can write this as 2x times x squared minus 3 times x minus 2, x plus 2. That's equal to 0. And so our solutions to this, because we use the zero product property, the only one that's kind of might be a little bit difficult to see is x squared minus 3. So x squared minus 3 equals 0. So we add 3. And we get x squared is equal to 3. And then we take the square root. And we get x. And anytime we take the square root in solving, we have to do plus or minus the square root of 3. So this part here gives us 0. If we substitute 0 in, the whole thing will be 0. This part here gives us the square root of 3 and minus the square root of 3. And then these two give us the opposite sign, so 2 and -2. So if we substitute any of those values in, the whole thing will be 0. So those are our solutions.